Okay, so thank you for coming. I'm Renee Varnador, and this is Soul Portal Journey's New Moon Ceremony. So if you're wanting to touch into your soulful guidance at this new moon, this is the perfect time to do that. I'm here with my friend Carrie, and Carrie knows that we're going to sing in the archangels. And so we're going to face east first. East is over here for me. So figure out where east is for you. And then we're just going to move all the way around the 7 directions. So here we go. Spirits of the east and inspiration. Archangel Raphael, please come. Spirits of the sun. Archangel Michael, please come. Spirits of the west. Spirit. Gabriel, please come. Spirits of the Lord. Spirit. Angel Gabriel, please come. Spirits. Charity. Angels and open, please come. Spirits of change. Angel Raziel, please come. Spirits. Johanael, please come. Okay, now we're going to clear our chakras. We're going to start with the root chakra. And we're going to start with Lam, Bam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, and Om. So here we go. I'm over here on the harmonium. All right. Notice how you feel. Do you feel any of your chakras open more than the other? I am going to welcome in my friend Rita, who is just arrived. And my cat, that's Lou's in the back. That's my cat, Lou's sitting back there. Hi, Lou. Everybody say hi. She likes the energy. Ah, there's Rita. Hello. So glad to see you, Rita. So this is the new moon ceremony. And here's the handout. We just called in the angels and we just cleared the chakras. So that's the only thing you missed. So we're going to do a meditation and we're going to be asking the question, what is being conceived? And we're going to get to the soul level here, because I know from my experience, it's that when the ego runs the show, it can be a train wreck. And the ego is the caboose on the train. And if I pay attention to my soulful guidance, then I move all the way to the engine and things actually happen. Although sometimes you see them. Oh, good, Bunny! Woohoo! Haven't seen Bunny in a while. So these are the things that you should have for the ceremony. If you have a journal, welcome, Bunny. We're just talking about the things we need for the ceremony. A journal, something to write with, a candle. We're going to clear our aura. I'm going to light my candle. So if you guys have a candle, great. If you don't, I've got one for us. And it's just going to be, this is like the light by this new moon, the light of our soul, whispering to us what our next steps are. So here we go. This is our light. It's the purpose of this whole new moon ceremony. Next thing is you can use a selenite wand to do kind of a clearing. I always seem to need to do clearing around my head because my mind just loves to chat. And I also have aura clearing spray, which is another alternative. Either one is fine. You don't even have to have anything if you just want to do a little Reiki symbol over your head. Just kind of have a sense of, I clear everything out that's not going to serve you for this ceremony. I like to prepare my water for later in the ceremony. So I have drinking water here, and I have my Chalice Wells heart chakra of the world in Glastonbury water. And I just take a couple drops. This has lasted me like 3 years because I just take a couple drops to add to my water, and boom, I've got sanctified water. If you don't have sacred water, then a Reiki symbol. If you don't know Reiki, put a spiral or something, a symbol that you're working with right now, into the water, because we're going to use this water later in the ceremony. If you have dark chocolate, great. If not, or just use water again. If you have a long scarf, great. If you just have a short one, use whatever you got. Well, I'm going to play a piece of music so we don't need rattles or drums. And so everybody's back, and I'm so glad to see Bonnie again. And here we go. So now we're going to look at, we sang, if we did that. When we're in a new moon, especially the couple days before the new moon, we go into this state of potentiality where everything is a potential. And my buddy Philip, who came here in February for the new moon ceremony, just posted an article that said that a proton was actually a whole bunch of potentiality that didn't know what it was going to be until you ran the experiment. And I'm like, wow, okay. So for me, my life's been a whole bunch of experiments, and whether the experiment turns out like the way that I hoped, which is almost never, or like even better, like amazing, or like, oh, that didn't work at all, doesn't matter, because we're just experimenting with potentiality. So this is kind of where we are in the new moon, and we're experimenting with checking into our soul guidance. We're checking into how to be and surrender to that divine guidance, to get help, to ask help in our experiments as we're coming out and creating our lives the way we want to be from the essence of us. So there's cards here. I'm going to pull one and see if any of them speak to what I was just talking about. So these are the cards I created based on a journey that I took with my husband in 2019. So it's kind of good. That's pretty cool. Okay, so this is a star nursery. So this is pretty potentiality right here, because all of these stars, all these little stars, something is being birthed, and these little stars are about to, come out and be a star, shine their light. So this is a beautiful image for what we're about to do, which is go in and listen for what is being conceived within us. Just like the little womb within us is just like the little star nursery in the card. Okay, so that's that. Let me move this over so it's easier for me. So I like to talk about where we are in terms of evolutionary guidance, going along with the 13-day cycles of the Palladian astrology. So we're in being evolutionary guidance energy right now, which is a period of enhanced creativity. So our experiments, having our experiments during this 13-day period be creative would be a good idea, to help deal with underlying insecurities that cause separation. Because there are parts of us that feel separated, feel like we don't belong, and bringing them back in, knowing that there really is no separation, that we really are all in unity. We just stepped out of Pisces. The sun just stepped out of Pisces, and Pisces is all about unity, and it's these deep, deep waters. But Saturn is still in Pisces and is going to be in Pisces for the next 2.5 years. So when Saturn moved into Pisces, a whole bunch of stuff shifted about my perception of this being in this sense of Piscean unity. So, I'll probably share someday what all of that turned out to be. Right now, it's baking in a pot on the back of the stove. So we'll see what happens. So I shared this before, but I like it, so we're going to share it again. One sees clearly only with the heart. Okay, so this mind is amazing. It's the servant to the heart. It's the heart that sees clearly. Anything essential is invisible to the eyes. Okay, so if I'm trying to navigate the world just based on 5 senses, it looks pretty messed up. The news just tells you all about the 5 sensory world and how messed up it is all the time. So, excuse me, but I don't want to go there. So I got a cough. So instead, okay, so some of the things that this moon is about, we might be feeling a little resistance. So if that's the case, what do you do about it? Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't come this far and go through this much to only come this far. So being more like water, more flowing, and being able to move through, we can focus on our expression, focus on our experiments, and without needing to stop somebody else's expression. That can be really challenging. I'm going to have to drink my sacred water because my tea's not doing it. Okay.
I like that. Internalizing the sacred.
That's right. That's right. So what we're trying to do is make the pool bigger for everyone instead of competing to try to get ours, so that everything is in mutual benefit. So the energies that are the planetary energies around this new moon are supporting all of these things. So these are the energies, and these are lines of energies. This was yesterday at 10:23 Pacific time. And the red lines are learning lines. There are tensions that we're invited to resolve. And the more tensions within us that we resolve, the more that we can hear some of the other harmonics that are within our chart. But these red lines, until they're resolved, we hear them, and they come up over and over. And then these blue lines are the grace lines. These are just like, it's so beautiful. Oh, wow, everything is just so, flowing, and everything works like this. And you may wonder, how come you can manifest money really easy? How come everybody can't? Well, not everybody has fluid lines going to their financial abundance. So we're just being able to, by looking at astrology, we just really see how unique and what a unique blueprint all of us are. So if somebody was born at this exact moment of this new moon, this would be their eternal moment for their lifetime. But for us, for this month, this is kind of what we're working with, the energies we're working with. We have the sun and the moon on 0 degrees of Aries. And so the sun, what didn't even have a day didn't even pass between the sun moving into Aries in the equinox and boom, the moon joining it. And so
Renee, can I ask a quick question?
sure.
Is this everywhere in the world? Is this Western Hemisphere? Is this
Okay,
California? Where is this transit happening?
these degrees are happening everywhere. Are they all happening in this ascendant? No, they're not all happening in everybody's first house. They're happening in the first house for Rosarita Beach and for San Diego, California, and that they because they're really close together. And I know Carrie's from San Diego, I'm in Rosarita Beach. So if I ran this chart for New York, these houses, these would be in a different house. So if you want, we can stay on after this call and I can show you. I think you told me you were in Alabama. Do I have that right? So we
That's
can
right. I'm just looking to what part of this is, I don't know, somewhere short of universal, but in that direction,
yeah,
like
what
are the
is
lessons for all of this?
universal is that for everybody on this planet, the sun and the moon met at 0 degrees 49 of Aries.
Thank you.
What is not for everybody on this planet is like for Carrie and I, this happened in the 11th house of groups. For other people, this could be over here in the 8th house. It could be over here in the 4th house, depending on the ascendant in the midheaven, which move for everybody, but all the other degrees stay the same. So for everybody, there is a square here between the sun and the moon and Mars. Now, it looks like Mars is 28 degrees and these are 0 degrees. How could they possibly be a square? They're not the same degree. Well, this was within 3 degrees. This was 28 degrees of Pisces. And so there's still a square to Mars at 28 degrees. So for everybody, there is a square of 28 degrees. So that's, I think I have, do I have more? Yeah, I have a little clearer picture of Mars. I took out the ascendant. Now this is a more universal picture, although it might be or might look upside down. But this is just taking away a lot of the stuff that didn't get activated during this new moon and looking at the things that are recently activated in the sky. So there's the square. You can see it better from Mars to the new moon. New moon is shorthand for the moon and the sun meeting on the same degree of a sign, in this case, Aries. Some of the things that have happened for everybody on the planet is that Saturn just moved into Pisces. So Saturn is now 1 degree of Pisces. So a lot of this oceanic, soulful psyche stuff, that we've been wrestling with, a lot of our shadows, things that we've been blind to about ourselves, because we're swimming in deep Piscean waters, are gonna Saturn is going to come in and show them to us, and it's also going to help us contain that Piscean energy. So that's what I'm looking forward to in Saturn. So far, Saturn's shown me some stuff I didn't really want to see, but I can see already that it's for my benefit. And the other thing that is about to happen tomorrow for everyone on the planet is this one here, Pluto. Pluto is going to move from Capricorn. You can see he's at 29 degrees, 58 minutes. 59 minutes later tonight, and then 0, 0, 0, 0, boom, move into Aquarius. So that's fresh, new. Let's take a bird's eye view. This is like the culmination of the air signs. Aquarius is the culmination of the air signs. So we'll see how people think differently. We're already seeing AI changing the face of what everybody's doing. So there's other things, and Aquarius has to do with technology, and technology itself is not good or bad or not, beneficial or a shadow, although it could be. So we're already looking at some artists that feel ripped off because they haven't been acknowledged as AI creates amazing pictures based on their work. So we'll see what happens with that. But Pluto is about to move. There's like this whole sense of shift. So if you've been feeling like things are different, like things are changing, yeah, they are. This one just changed and this one's about to change. So you're right on time if you're feeling it. Any other questions?
So if it's new moon in Aries, does that mean new moony Aries, Aryan kind of, like first headstrong, fiery thingies coming in?
Yeah. So the sign of Aries is all about spark, the initiation. I like, boom, okay, I got a spark of energy. Okay, I'm gonna go do this, and they're Aries energy loves to start a fire, doesn't like to stick around to put it out or sift through the ashes and look for the phoenix, but Aries loves to start the fire. So Aries loves to start things. So I'll be getting a lot, and fire is like inspiration. So you may be getting a lot of, oh, I can do this, or I can do that, or I can do it. And if you have nothing to do and you want to follow one of these experiments, go for it. But no, it's an experiment. And then the rest of the signs can say, okay, did you like that experiment? Do you want to continue with it? Is this something that you actually want to hold within you and foster and learn from and explore for periods of time? Or was this just a cute little experiment that you did this month? So that's kind of the Aries energy. It's not the Aries energies that's going to stay and sustain what you started, but it could start you off in a different direction and be like, oh, I just started a new novel and I love it. And next month you may say, oh, I'm putting that novel on the back burner, I'm going to do this one instead. So it's that kind of, Aries is that kind of energy.
Aries have to do with the seed, like seed, and then okay, because that's just in terms of the earth magic stuff, it seems like
earth magic. Yeah. So yeah, as far as earth magic goes, we just headed into spring, and so that would definitely be the seed. Okay. And when you've got fire and the seed, the outer shell of the seed opens. And so part of what we're doing in the meditation is opening up the outer shell of the seed that got planted when we moved into spring. And it's different for all of us.
That's cool, because my desired feeling word of the day that I intuited was open. So perfect.
Okay, cool. Cool. We have 0 degrees of Aries, and there is a thing called Sabian symbols, which Dane Rudrod went to a psychic, and she went through the entire zodiac 360 degrees, each degree, and came up with something for each degree. And this degree was a woman rises out of the water, a seal rises and embraces her. So this is and then this is Dane Rudrod, the astrologer, who came up with this, and this is about seeds and germination right here. Sometimes I skip over these, but the vast majority of seeds are not germinated and so fail to realize their potential. So we get to decide. That's part of our choices. Okay, what are we actually going to be nourishing? How are we going to nourish the seeds that we want to plant? Or are we going to release the things that we no longer want to be doing? If we're still holding on to oh, I want to be an actress in Hollywood because I wanted to be one when I was 23, then I can't let go of that and feel like a failure instead of being able to receive what is actually mine and what is actually coming to me. So, so, uh, um, so when we emerge from the sea, we're emerging from the collective unconscious. Okay. And so if you want, if anybody wants, I can send this to you. Just let me know. Just email me. I'll send you a link to how to get those because they're on a website and you could just go to it and find it. Because this is the first new moon of the spring, there's a lot of people that like doing treasure maps at the new moon. And so I showed my treasure map at the equinox, but I fixed it up and made it look prettier. Added some words because I want to nourish my body and be in more balance. Because I've been in the Piscean Ocean for a while, and I just really need to take better care of my body so that I can actually do the things, create the creations that are within me to create. So
My skin gets so wrinkly when I stay underwater a long time.
yeah. So these are some of the things that I like, that I want more of. I'm bringing in more energies. I brought in a stage, so that's interesting. Got to have the angels with me, right, all the time. Got to have red roses mean a whole bunch of stuff to me. So all of these are all of the energies that I am inviting in for this year. And then I really, I already talked about this. I didn't come this far to only come this far. So a lot of people go along the spiritual journey and they get so far and they think, nope, okay, that's it. I arrived. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna keep going. See what happens. Sacrifice equals to make sacred and holy. So there are things that I need to sacrifice, and for all of these things to come through in a balanced way. So I focus too much here. Okay. And it's hard for me to focus on this stuff too. So I put that's just kind of, and then I have backgrounds of the stars and backgrounds of a white tree. It's very significant to me. These are angel wings. So I have backgrounds back behind all of these pictures. So that help me support what I'm bringing in. They help support the seed that got planted. So this is what Aries looks like, and we're going to make the shape of Aries here in a minute when I turn on the music. Sometimes you can use this scarf to make this shape of the planet, or sometimes I can just use my arms, or I can have one arm going like this and one arm going like that, or I can use my whole body. And so I'm like bringing in the stars that make up the constellation of Aries, because this is where the sun and the moon just met. And the star of 1 degree 3 minutes of Aries is this star right here in the middle of Pegasus. So if you don't know very much about Pegasus, if you don't know very much about this star, it's bringing in a kind of potentiality, and it's bringing in seeds that need to sprout. The eye of the heart is right here. In the meditation, we're going to go into the eye of the heart. So we've got the mind up here, that's the servant, and we've got the soulful guidance, and we've got the two coming together, and we're like going between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies within all of us. We're kind of finding that eye of the heart place that is the divine child within all of us that wants to come forth and take action. So here we are, we're at the ceremony. Anybody have questions before we dive in? Okay, so I'm going to turn on the music. Woohoo. Where did it go? Okay, when you are ready, pick up your journal and something to write with. And we will move into the meditation part where we move into that eye of the heart. So if you want to put your hands over your heart, feel your feet on the ground. Inhale, feel your feet and the roots. Feel the bottom of your feet spring forth with roots going into the earth, looking for the nourishment of the earth. There's a lot of nourishment in the earth energy, the planet here, how we serve while we're here in bodies on the earth. All is being nourished from that earth energy, and we pull that earth energy up into our feet, and we pull that earth energy up our legs, and we bring that energy to the root chakra, grounding, knowing we belong here on the earth at this time, calling ourselves back from all times and all places, moving that earth energy to the sacral chakra, knowing that we can invite and look within our womb space to see the seeds that are planted there and which ones we want to release and which ones we want to nurture. We bring the earth energy up to our solar plexus chakra, knowing that we can combine solar plexus power to support what is within our womb space wanting to be conceived, and power, helping us move with the power of love within our hearts, this solar plexus light of our being, of our essence, supporting the unfoldment within our hearts. Taking a breath, an intentional breath, to move into the eye of the heart. Taking a second intentional breath to move from behind the heart, behind the heart chakra. There's a little vortex, and we pull in and meet the point that we came into the heart with. So the point from behind the heart and the point from in front of the heart meeting. Now our third intentional breath, between these 2 points, there is an opening. And with our third intentional breath, we open into the eye of the heart, the eye of our soulful guidance. And we bring in light from above to cast light on our unfolding heart. And we ask the question, what is being conceived? What is being birthed within me? And we pause. I'm going to pause to listen, and things can come up for you. Colors, words, an image, a feeling, a sense of movement. Any of those things could come up for you. So we move into receptive listening. What is being conceived? Now we think about what we received, about what is being conceived. We can ask the question, what is a baby step I can take to bring in this new energy, this new sense, this new feeling that is rising within. And when you feel that you have received and then know what your next baby step is, and you can pick up your pen and start writing. Okay, so for me, what came up for me was I've been working on a play for a long time and kind of hit a snag in it. And I got the message, nope, nope, don't start working on it yet. There's still things that I need to do before I step back into that energy of the play. And it was my attention was drawn to the fact that the stage that I put in my little drawing is empty, just telling me to just kind of let go and reimagine what I would be putting on that stage. So that's kind of interesting. And then I was shown what meditations, because I know right now I'm in a meditation, the time for meditations. And so I was basically shown who to listen to and which ones. So it's like, okay, I'll wait before I do anything. Sometimes the answer is wait. So that's what came up for me. Was there, if you would like to share what came up for you, coming up your next baby step. My next baby step is to meditate. Okay. Can anybody else want to come have something more exciting to share about their next baby step? And they can like unmute right now and let us know what you've got going on. And it's okay if you don't want to share. Sometimes it's better to hold the energy. But Carrie's going to share. So go ahead, Carrie.
Well, when we have what we birthed was the lens of clarity. And so it was this giant lens. But the strange thing, it was all in like cartoon, almost kind of like an anime scene. And I became like this little bear, and I was watching this giant lens being created. And the fun part was that right behind it was the mirror of darkness. Like the mirror doesn't have any light of its own; it just collects and reflects that light. So it was interesting standing there between the lens and the mirror. That was pretty neat. And then the first step, the baby step, was turnarounds. And of course, I got the song "Turn Around." And it was sort of like face the darkness, face the work, and see what is in that mirror that's being reflected. So that was really, really interesting. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, so I stated what I've got going on. Carrie had this like amazing thing. That doesn't mean that Carrie's better than you or better than me. Carrie is, is beautiful. We love her, and it's so always so exciting to hear what Carrie's got going on, because she's so articulate with what comes to her. And so we're all going to take a drink of water and think about our baby step and think about the energy that was coming to us. Okay, so the energies come to us, and unless we take a baby step with it, it may not germinate. So we're going to take our glass of water and think about our baby step, and then just drink the water. And we're just bringing this into our sacred intention, our sacred walk. Beautiful. Okay, now the next thing is to think about, is there a part of a higher power that can help you with what you're doing? Is there a like I thought of a person that did a meditation, but I know that she's connected to her sense of a higher power. So if I'm looking at my higher power, who am I asking for help from? And the answer for me 2 days ago was the ocean, and the answer for me today is Mother Mary. So the answer can shift and change. So let's see. So what we're doing as we're eating that chocolate is we're creating a sense of communion with the helpful presence, so that we can bring into the world those energies that we came to bring. Okay. So that's our ceremony, unless somebody else wants to unmute and share anything about the entire last 52 minutes. Okay. So sometimes it's just good to like hold what you receive for yourself and keep it a secret inside your heart. And sometimes it's cool to go with that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again and let you know when the next new moon ceremony is going to be. What is that? Oh, that's Pluto. Oh yeah, okay, so this is tomorrow. Pluto's going to be 0 degrees of Aquarius. For Carrie and I, this is all going to go, this is a lot of this energy, the sun and the moon. You see how fast the moon moves in one day? So this is all going to be No, actually, no, because it was yesterday. So the moon's probably here today and it's going to be here, here tomorrow when at 5:23 Pacific time, Pluto moves for the first time into Aquarius, probably in around 240 years. It's been since Pluto's been into Aquarius. So, and he gets to be in Aquarius more or less. He's going to retrograde a little bit. He's going to be in Aquarius for about 20 years. He's in Capricorn for 15. So that's kind of what's coming up tomorrow. So say hi to Pluto tomorrow when he comes through where you are. So for Bonnie, it'd be like 4:23, and because she's Central Time, and if you're Eastern Time, Rita, then it'd be 3 hours, so it'd be like 2:23 for you when Pluto moves. And for Carrie and I, the ascendant's going to be in Pisces, so Pluto's gonna enter our 12th house. So no wonder I have to meditate for another whole day, because how else am I gonna be able to understand what the energy of Pluto is bringing? Because this is the subconscious. This is what I'm not seeing. So Pluto's going to bring that in for those of us on the Pacific Coast. At least the section of it that Carrie and I are in, San Diego and Baja California. So that's that. And the next new moon ceremony is April 19th at noon. And we will do again, we're doing the same thing. We're doing a meditation to discover now what's coming through, in a different way. So I keep a lot of the same, this play I'm writing about the Aries keeps coming through, but it's coming through in different ways. And the feeling is coming through in different ways. And so that's happening. And there's things that I need to adjust on a soul level, do more of a soul alignment, and to really complete the energy of that and move back into a stronger connection. So interesting. This is my website. It's reneevarnador.com. Pretty easy. Just look at my name, reneevarnador.com. The Essence of You Soul Astrology readings. So you can check out different things that I do and get, all of you guys are on my mailing list, but if you're watching this replay and you're not, you can write an email to hello@reneevarnador.com, and then you can get onto my email list. You can get onto my email list by going to my website. Then you can find out about my Facebook group, Soul Portal's Journey Sisterhood. And if you're on my email list, the benefit is that you get replays of everything. So we're going to sing. Woohoo! Here we are. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security, in this circle of love, in the circle of peace. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.